Hello again, it's us. Day
Hello.
6, still on day 6. This is show 7 on day 6. And this was my choice. This was quite a late show, 10 o'clock at night. And this is John Robertson's The Dark Room. And it's classed as comedy game show improv. 14 plus, which I would definitely agree with.
You awake to find yourself in a dark room. The Dark Room is the critically acclaimed cult comedy that mixes gaming and improv into one unique choose-your-own-adventure game show. The crowd picks options off a screen and tries to escape my mind-bending dungeon. If you succeed, money. If you fail, you die, and win prizes that are absolute crap. It's insane, it's addictive, it's...
So it says, the audience is trapped in a retro video game with a sadistic end-of-level boss, which I think is John. Yeah. Escape, winning £1,000 or be brutally murdered by the rest of the crowd. Will you A, find a light switch, B, go north, C, abandon hope? And it's brutally hilarious, innovative. This interactive game show celebrates its 9th year at the Fringe, and it's just as violent and stupid as any other 9-year-old. We weren't quite sure what to expect. I mean, I do play computer games from time to time, and have done since our children were small. And it was the fact that we were playing some sort of game that's why I sort of picked it, really. And we did meet somebody at one of the shows today, and they were there yesterday, and they were raving about it, weren't they?
And it is one of these things that is obviously, it's been around for 9 years.
Yeah.
We have never heard of it.
No.
Ian picked it for the reasons he's just said. But it's another...
It hasn't been word of mouth.
So it's one of these things that has become a bit of a cult.
Very much so.
And it was completely sold out. I mean, though as John Robertson said, it is 2 for 1.
Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't lost on him.
So it wasn't. Yeah.
But, I mean, he got the most rapturous applause. I mean, and the whole thing... It was
very loud. I mean, I have to wear earplugs for loud music. And I actually did put my earplugs in because it was really loud. The noise from the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, apart from that, there are set phrases.
Yeah.
So, we were very much sort of viewers.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know how to, or what to expect, or what to shout, or that kind of thing.
I think you soon learn it.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't hard. Yeah. I mean, to pick it up. But it's absolutely riotous.
And he does quite nice little thing. His command of an audience is absolutely amazing, really. It sounds like he's shouting the whole time. He's not. But because obviously he would lose his voice. He did 2 shows today. He did a kids show. He does a kids version, and we were told that the kids version is worth going to because he's absolutely bonkers. Because it might not have the expletives in it, but actually it's just as much fun with a whole load of kids and parents. But at one point, everybody has to sort of lean forward slightly to be sort of conspiratorial with him.
And everybody does.
And we're all there going like this, leaning forward. It was just brilliant, really. It was just great fun.
There were, and he just sort of, it's, observational in one sense. And the fact is, because Ian and I had both noticed how sticky the floor was as you walked in. And had to cross the stage and get your seat. And about 10 minutes in, he suddenly sort of stood still and went, "This floor is really sticky."
Yeah, we just howled.
Which was quite funny.
It is also worth mentioning we are not the demographic. We think we were because he said anybody who played games
from the 40s.
From the 40s, there was nobody.
Been born in the 40s.
Then we had born in the 50s, and we both shouted because we were sat in front of it. Well, I was sat in front of Shane, and he had some sort of quip about the fact that we hadn't met each other or something, and we could,
Anyway, and then there were a few from the 60s.
Yeah.
And then it sort of got progressively
Really
70s, 80s. And I mean, there were even people there who'd been born in the 2000s.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, obviously, those sort of 80s, 90s and subsequent got the huge, the most people that were there. So we were very much not the demographic. But having said that, I mean, apart from a couple of sort of, silly sort of comments about things.
What do you mean?
Well, there was quite a lot of sexual references.
Yeah, well,
and some of it, one or two were just a bit OTT. That's a personal.
I didn't think.
But
that.
I have to say, it was hilarious.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, and obviously people keep coming back because every night will be slightly different. Because and the way that they have different ways that they pick the person that's playing. So the first guy was the guy that shouted the loudest and put his hand up quickest, and there's so you go so far. I don't know if anybody ever gets to the end of the game.
Well, everybody died basically.
Everybody died, yeah. So and he genuinely asks people, do they want to participate? And one girl at the back said, no, I don't want to. And that's fine, he then moves on. So some people just want to go and experience it and not actually play the game. But it's riotous. It's an amazing study in the control of an audience.
Yeah, it really is.
Because it is loud, and I don't think I've ever been in anything like that really.
No,
not with that. And it felt non-threatening because it was really funny.
Oh, it was completely
at one
non-threatening.
point he climbed up the outside because he could have gone up. He could have walked up the stairs to the top of to the back. He didn't. He went on the outside of the railing and then dropped his phone at the top. And he went, oops, there goes my phone.
Dropping about
it's quite
15 feet.
Yeah,
probably.
It was quite, and so and he had a special guest who we crowd surfed, which was just hilarious, really. So it's definitely worth going to if that sounds like your sort of thing.
Yeah.
Now, granted, we are not the target demographic. I think it's anybody sort of sub 40 really would be on. A lot of people in their 20s.
Oh gosh,
20s and 30s would be the ideal.
30s, yeah.
But actually, I don't think I didn't feel out of place.
No, I mean I laughed as much as anybody else.
It
was
really good.
It was fascinating.
So it's the Gilded Balloon Tiviot Dining Room, 10 o'clock every evening. It's on right the way throughout the Fringe to the 28th. There's the 27th, there's no show. It's sold out tomorrow, which is the 9th, and it's sold out on the 13th. And I suspect it will probably sell out almost every night, I would have said. And he was actually, that's one thing, he was very appreciative. He says, I know it's due for one day. He says, but you've sold it out tonight, and I do appreciate that,
Yeah.
So
he obviously has a hell of a following.
Yeah, I mean, and he went into the bar at the end, and there was people could go and he was selling merch. He had T-shirts and all sorts of things.
Yeah, but quite a number of people went.
Yeah, and there was. He said we've got a massive load of these particular T-shirts. I think I can't remember what it actually said something, and he said it was a bit that we cut out of the show because it wasn't very funny. But he says, so we're selling these T-shirts off for £5 when all the other ones were 10 and 15 quid. Yeah. But so yes, he has a massive following, and I thought he was superb, and I would go back again at some point.
I probably wouldn't. I mean, not because I didn't enjoy it, because I did, and I laughed a lot.
Yeah. I'd go with the boys. The boys would probably go with me to that.
Yeah, they would love it.
Because they've played games.
They would love it. And I think it's that
they would get it.
Yeah. Because he did make references, to the sort of the, the
there must have been stuff that you didn't understand. Like a DLC. You know what DLC is?
No.
Download content.
All right, no.
But
there was enough. There was enough for me to appreciate. It wasn't as though I couldn't follow it.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Actually, we should say how much it costs. actually. It
I thought
costs
you had said that.
£11,
All right.
£10 concession.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm wrong about that downloaded content. I should probably. I've actually forgotten what DLC actually. It's downloadable content. It's like a downloadable level or a game that.
So, I'm not the only one that doesn't know what it is.
I do know what it is because I'm telling you what it is.
You've forgotten.
But I forgot what it actually means. So, because it's 12:30 in the morning. It's downloadable extra content. So it could be a level or it could be a whole different new game.
Okay.
But it's content you download rather than just putting a disc in a machine.
I see.
Okay, a DLC. I think it's a DLC. Anyway, whatever. Okay, anything else?
Nope, don't think so.
That's it for this evening. We have finished this marathon day. Tomorrow is day 7. Keep watching, keep commenting, keep meeting us, meeting loads of people, which is really nice as well. We met another guy who saw all our stuff last year of America, Mike, and his son, which was lovely to meet them today.
Yeah.
And they just came out, they were at the John Robertson thing as well. And so it's been lovely to meet so many people actually as well. So thank you all those people who watch. So we really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.